couple of features if you're using it with like an Axe-FX or compatible device. Right now I have the menu button. If I press and hold it, I have a program to trigger a tuner. This tuner is a little different than the Liquid Foot Pro and Liquid Foot Junior. You'll see that there's a top bar for less sensitive and then a lower bar. And the way this works, let me hit a string here. Right now you can see the less than arrow, and it just jumped up to the top, which means it's far from being in tune. As you get closer to in tune, it leaves the top bar, which is less sensitive, and then comes up to the bottom. So if I was to tune this and start bringing it down, hang on a second. Okay, so now it's below tune. I'm going to bring it up, and you can see two stars. Two stars show in tune. Two dashes means you're almost in tune. And then you have sharp and flat. So that's how the tuner works. When you want to get out of the tuner, just hit a button, takes you right out. Pretty straightforward. Now, if you want to go into direct mode and just let, in this case, let's say an Axe-FX control the unit without using the internal programming, go ahead and get into your modes, and then we're going to select external device control. And now everything that you see on the screen, well, first of all you'll see a D now show up on the top of the LCD, so that means direct control. 001 is the current preset that is active, and that's mapping to whatever I have in the Axe-FX that this is plugged into. So now if we look at the bottom where I have 3 presets configured, it'll tell you if you step on it what preset number you're going to trigger. So I have 2, 3, 4, and so on. And of course over here we have banks, so we can still select different banks. You'll see as I'm pressing it, it'll now trigger bank 7, or preset 7 I should say, and you'll see at the bottom now when I clicked on it, it says 7, 8, 9, and so on. So that's kind of how that system works. So that's direct control. IA switches. So now we're back at preset 1. So IA switches will synchronize once you program an IA switch to actually do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do an auto program now, which is another feature that works with Axe-FX. So I'll be right back. If you want to auto program the Liquid Foot from an external device, let's say an Axe-FX, go into the menu, and then we're going to go into the utility screen. Then we're going to select, zoom in there, external auto load. I'm not sure if you can see that. So go ahead and select that. It's going to ask for the first preset in the Liquid Foot that you want to start programming. We'll say 1. It knows that an Axe is plugged in. It's detected it, so what's the first preset you want to start grabbing from? So we'll say 1. What's the last preset in the Axe that we want to load? I'm going to hit the quick plus 20, so we'll just load in 21 presets. So we'll go ahead and hit select. Auto program CC numbers. Prior to turning on the video camera, I had programmed these 6 IA switches with effects and synced those effects with what I wanted it to control. I'll show you how to do that in a later video. But if we say auto program, which I'll say yes to, then it will automatically program the IA switches with whatever CC numbers you have your Axe-FX set to. So you don't have to guess or worry about that, so I'll save that. And then clear MIDI messages, we want it to program the presets themselves, and so we don't have to manually program them. So I'm going to say yes, clear out all the existing messages in case there are any, and replace it with the proper program changes. So now you can see it running, and it's grabbing the data off the the effects unit and storing it into the Liquidfoot. And that's it, we're done. So if I back out, you can now see that it's set the IA switches based on what's in the preset, and I can go ahead and start selecting banks, and everything is now programmed. So didn't take very long, pretty straightforward. That's how you do an auto sync. So we showed the tuner, we showed the auto sync, and then direct control mode.